We're going to go to Dr. Ettinger for just a moment. Dr. Ettinger, welcome to the program. Now, you're using the program. Tell us about your experience.
The Transformation C360 program, that's really a broad question, but what we're doing is we're helping people reestablish their life. Basically, we're giving them back function. Let's say, for instance, a person used to be able to play with their kids, or let's just say, for argument's sake, that they haven't been able to play with their kids because they've been overweight and it's affecting their cardiovascular system or their sugar or even their joints. We're able to give them back that quality of life. So for instance, a woman who's been a little embarrassed to make love to her husband with the lights on and she hasn't done that for years, now we're able to give that back to her, that sense of security with her body. We're able to give back patients who've used, let's say, a CPAP or ventilation machine because they've had sleep apnea, and we're able to give them back a quality sleep, so now they're able to sleep 8-9 hours uninterrupted, where before every hour, every 15 minutes, every 30 minutes they're getting up because they're not able to breathe properly.
Is it a weight loss program? I mean, is that how you use it primarily in your practice?
Oh yeah, it's a weight loss program. It's also a diabetes and pre-diabetic program. So if somebody comes in and let's say they may only be 5-10 pounds overweight, but their blood sugar level is 140 or above, or it's creeping up, it's 120, 130, and they're really nervous that at some point it is going to turn into full-blown diabetes. We're able to put them on the program, and in a very short period of time, their blood markers are coming down, and weight loss comes off, and it's pretty predictable. About 10 pounds, in a very short period of time.
Now, by the way, have you seen reversals in diabetes?
Well, that's the amazing part. In my practice, now I can't say this is going to happen with everybody, but in my practice, 100% of my patients that I put on the Transformations 360 program that were on diabetic medication, metformin and even insulin, have been able to get off their medications. And also with hypertensive medication, water pills, I'm able to get them off of their medication as well. And this isn't a miracle program. It's just as their body readjusts and normalizes and the weight comes off, they're not holding on to the inflammation in the water anymore, and there's no longer a need for these medications because their body is actually in a healthy state and they don't have to take something that is trying to treat a symptom because there's no more symptom. I had a 13-year-old boy who, since the beginning of school, since kindergarten, was always teased because he was the little pudgy kid in class. So from the age of 5 all the way through 13, he had a really very self-conscious about his weight. His dad is really into health, a karate expert, and he could never do any of those things because being overweight. His dad brought him in. His dad even decided to do the program at the exact same time with him. He had no weight to even lose. Over a period of 10 weeks, the kid dropped 25 pounds, and then he was on the program for another 10 weeks. Now he's a purple belt in karate. He's able to do it with his dad. He doesn't get teased anymore. He looks dynamite. And this is something that he lived with his entire life, and just being on the Transformations 360 program was able to do the things that he always wanted to do, and now he can hang out with his dad. Another good one, I had a woman, school teacher, probably age 50, 55 years of age, for probably the last 30 years or so. Every night that she wanted, a little embarrassed here, wanted to make love to her husband, was so embarrassed to make love to her husband that every night she would have to have the lights off in the room. And this was creating a little bit of tension between her and her husband. Put her on the Transformations 360 program. She ended up losing more than 75 pounds. Wow. Now she goes to Victoria's Secret. She buys all the sexy lingerie. She's able to go away with her husband on little weekend rendezvous. She has no problem doing any of these things with the light on her during the day, and the relationship has been better now than it has been in the last 20, 25 years.